Hello everyone, welcome back to my astrology channel. Now today I will be talking about the new moon in the sign of Libra that's occurring on the 25th of September 2022. Now during a new moon, the sun and the moon both are in the same sign. So wherever Libra sign sits in your chart, that's the area of life where you can expect new beginning or there's an opportunity to start afresh in that area of life. Now, this new moon occurs at about 2 degrees 49 minutes Libra. So, if you've got planets or angles at around this degree, 2 degree 49 minutes, so 3 to 4 degrees before and after of any cardinal sign, then this new moon is going to be very significant for you. But all of us have Libra somewhere in the chart, so this new moon definitely brings a new beginning or an opportunity to express the positive energies of Libra during this new moon. The new moon is all about setting new intentions. It's about sowing seeds for it to flourish over the next 6 months period when there's a full moon in Libra. Now, Libra energy is all about finding harmony, finding balance. It's about relationship. It's about connecting with people. It's about being socially engaged, being ready to meet people halfway, being more rational and more logical in your thinking and approach during this time. So definitely this Libra moon is asking us to rebalance ourselves or redefine the relationships that we have in our life. And it's not just a spousal or romantic relationship, it can be all kind of relationship. So it's basically about finding harmony, balancing ourselves, other people's needs, our needs, finding a middle ground at the end of the day. Now, new moon brings really fresh creative energy because moon is associated with our emotions, our need to create, procreate as well. So the creative energy here is very potent and it really affects all our relationships. So definitely there's a need to approach our relationship in more harmonious way. Now, new moon in Libra can also bring up relationship issues. So on one hand, there is a need to find balance in relationship, but also there's a need to reconcile differences, or if there are any kind of issues, there's a need to have honest conversations, cooperate, negotiate, come together for a solution. So definitely there's a need to find a holistic solution to any issues that may arise during this new moon. Now, this new moon is receiving aspect from Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So Jupiter in Aries is right opposite this new moon in Libra. Now, Jupiter is a beneficial energy, and in the sign of Aries, which is the first sign of the zodiac, it's all about self-assertion, it's about leadership, it's about courage, it's about putting yourself out there and really trusting your instinct, your impulses, and take direct action. So that's the Aries energy. Now, Jupiter there amplifies this energy. Now, when it's in opposition to Moon, it can bring a lot of good feelings, a lot of generosity, because Jupiter is about being generous. It's an expansive, beneficial, generous energy. But there can also be a tendency towards excess, overindulgence, overdoing it, overconfidence, inflated sense of ego as well. And there's a potential to lose track of the harmony that we are seeking during this time. The moon is a very emotional energy. It's all about security and stability. And when Jupiter is opposite it, it may push us to question our sense of security, our emotional environment, our emotional self, our beliefs, our philosophies, and all that. So, definitely, there's a need to go deeper, contemplate, introspect before taking any action during this time. And there's a possibility to also feel overwhelmed because Jupiter is all about expansion, its growth, its excess. So, it can really amplify our emotions as well during this time, especially when it comes to relationship or social interaction or connecting with people. The experiences during this time can really be overwhelming, especially if we are not able to balance ourselves during this time. So definitely there's a need to have more self-control and shared feelings as well. If you have any issues, it's good idea to share your feelings with your loved ones, people you trust, people around you, your close ties, loved ones, and all that. And this can help you overcome any issues and also to introspect and go within for answers as well. So this is the Libra new moon energy. Now, Mars and Saturn will be making a trine aspect during this time as well. Mars is in the sign of Gemini and Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius. both are air signs, just like Libra, where the new moon is. So definitely there's a need to regulate ourselves, find balance, and and not overexert in whatever we are doing, because we can lose steam very quickly. So it's very important to steady ourselves and find that balance, and keep going, keep working hard in order to achieve the goals and mission that we have. It's very important to regulate our energy and really find a solid ground to work upon in order to move forward, especially where your Gemini sign and Aquarius sign sits in your chart. So definitely there is a need to slow down. Now Mercury is still retrograde during this new moon, so definitely it's all about introspecting, going within for answers, and also really checking and double checking any information, communication, emails, anything that we're sending out during this time. There's a need to double check that, because there can be technological mishaps or communication mishaps. So overall, all this energy together is all about pacing ourselves. It's all about looking within for answers, whatever our aspirations, whatever our beliefs are, looking at that, reflecting on that, and really moving forward by understanding the vision that we have for future, the goals and ambition that we have for future. Now I'm going to discuss all the 12 zodiac sign and how this Libra new moon is going to affect each of the 12 zodiac signs. So let's begin. Aries, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your seventh house, because Libra is your opposite sign. So it's all about relationship, partnership, your one to one interaction during this time. Now, Now, a new moon in seventh house can bring up sharing issues, partnership issues, issues, and this can be both personal relationship or business relationship, business partnership. So there's a need to work on your relationship during this time, especially if there's a need to resolve or reconcile any differences during this time, and that's what you want to do. There's a need to find a middle ground. Now, it is new moon, so it's a great time to also begin new relationship or redefine existing ones. Now, it is in your seventh house. So, seventh house is all about committed relationship. So, you could be maybe making your relationship official during this time, or moving in, or getting married, or if it's a business partnership, you may be signing a contract, or coming together to start a business. So you can experience any of these during this time, or in the next 6 months following this new moon. This energy lasts for 6 months, so definitely there's an opportunity to develop yourself in this area of life going forward, Aries. And if you're feeling lack of support during this time from other people or your partner, whether it's personal or business, this is a good time to ask for that support. And you might be surprised that people are ready to help you as well, in order to grow you, develop you. So don't overthink if you have to do something during this time. This is a great time to make that new beginning when it comes to relationship, partnership matters, Aries. Now, Jupiter in Aries in your sign, in your first house, will be opposite this new moon. Now, Jupiter in first house is really a great position, but when it comes in opposition with the new moon, it may feel overwhelming. There's a tendency to overestimate yourself during this time, or overly rely just upon yourself, your needs, your expression, and all that. Now, new moon opposite Jupiter is about finding harmony. Now, Libra sign is about finding that balance. So definitely there's a need to find that balance in order to move forward. So make sure your intentions are clear during this time. You're bringing in new energy in your relationship, and also you're trusting and valuing your partner and other people in your life, especially significant relationship in your life. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your third house, and Saturn in the 11th house, which will be making a trine aspect. So these two energies are not aspecting the new moon, but it is very potent, very important energy during this time. So definitely there's a need to manage how you communicate, connect in your daily environment, within your social circle, your professional circle as well, your group projects and all that, so that you're able to move forward and able to retain the energy in order to achieve the goals and ambitions that you have, especially when it comes to networking, socializing, collaboration, group projects and all that. This new moon will definitely give you a lot of confidence as well, because it's opposite Jupiter, but there's a need to value other people and their opinion during this time as well, Aries. And that's where there's a need for a new beginning, a new start in terms of your perspective, your relationship, and really create this awareness to begin something new where partnership matters are concerned, Aries. Taurus, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your sixth house. Now, sixth house is a house of your work, health, and daily routine. So, when a new moon occurs in your sixth house, this is your opportunity to start something new where your work matters, your health matters, or just how you organize your daily life is concerned. So, this could be a new job or a new health regime, diet plan, or just restructuring your day in a new way. This could be a new work schedule or just handling the details and reorganizing your life a little bit better during this time. So definitely this energy is really great to find harmony in taking care of your daily life, your lifestyle, and overcoming any kind of stressful kind of environment or situation in order to move forward in a more healthful way, more balanced way, with your in a more healthful way, more balanced way with your mind, body, and soul, more connected during this time. So, definitely, new moon is a great time to see things in a new perspective where your sixth house matters are concerned and really, successfully initiate new energy in this area of life, Taurus. Now, this new moon will be opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Now, Jupiter is in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is a house of taking a break, retreating, overcoming any past obstacles, and also releasing any old habits. So, with Jupiter in 12th house opposite New Moon in 6th house, there may be a tendency to be over idealistic or even delusional because you're not able to see the whole picture during this time and you're only focused on your own emotions, on your own self, on your own habits, on your own situation, condition, and all that. And you're not looking at matters in a balanced way. Now, it is Libra moon, so there's definitely a need to look at the whole picture and find harmony and new beginning in your daily life. So it's a really brilliant time to really introspect, analyze your situation. And this will release any anxiety that you may have, whether it's in your work matters, your work environment with colleagues, your working condition, also your health, your diet, and all that. So this moon can be an opportunity to release any anxiety if you see things in a new perspective and handle the details and reorganize your life in a new way, in a better way, in a more harmonious way, Taurus. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your second house and Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 10th house. Now, these two energy, Mars and Saturn, are not aspecting the new moon, but it is a very potent energy during this new moon. Now, this is your second house and 10th house energy. Now, when Mars trines Saturn in your second and eighth house, your money matters and your career matters comes into focus. So there's a need to regulate yourself. There's a need to find balance. There's a need to steady yourself, pace yourself in order to, achieve the goals and ambition that you have in your career matter and in your money matters. So definitely in order to keep moving forward to achieve whatever you want to achieve in future, there's a need to find steady ground, solid ground, create that steady ground with the Saturn in 10th house in your career matter in order to earn more money and increase your income making power going forward. So definitely this can be achieved by organizing your life and by finding more satisfying working schedules and conditions going forward, Taurus. Geminis, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your fifth house. The fifth house is the house of self expression, creative expression. It's the house of love, romance, your children, your creative project, your solo project, your passion project, your interest, your need to have fun, recreational activities, fun activities, and all that. So, with new moon occurring in your fifth house, this is a great opportunity to see all the fifth house matter in a new light, in a new perspective, and really give some more time to having fun, to being more playful, more passionate, and really engage in fun activities, whether it's with your loved ones, with by yourself, or with your children, whatever that might be. This is a great time to really express yourself. Now, it is a house of creative self-expression as well, so the new moon will definitely spark your creative juices. Now, this is a great time to really use your creativity to express yourself freely and with confidence. And Libra is all about finding harmony, but it can also give the tendency to seeking approval, pleasing other people. So there may be a tendency towards that as well during this time. But the important thing is to also engage with your creative expression, express yourself freely, whatever you need to express, and be bold as well during this time. Be more passionate and be more confident within yourself, whatever you have to express, whatever passions you have, interests you have, whatever talents you have, hobbies, and all that. Be more bold in seeking that, and this will definitely give you pleasure, and you can also make an impact on other people around you through your creativity, through your passion. Now, this new moon in Libra will be opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries. So Aries is your 11th house, Gemini. So there is an opposition between the new moon and Jupiter in your 5th house and 11th house. Now, Jupiter is all about expansion, growth, but it can also lead to excessiveness. So, there may be a tendency to overestimate yourself where your group project is concerned, where your collaborations is concerned, where your professional matters, and connecting with the other people for professional gains is concerned. So with the new moon opposite Jupiter, you may be manipulated by others or deceived by others. So just be mindful of that energy, and this excessiveness and exaggeration can happen both ways as well. So you could be manipulated by others, and maybe unknowingly you could do that to other people as well. So just be mindful of that energy during this new moon. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your 1st house, and Saturn is in the 9th house in the sign of Aquarius. So Mars and Saturn are forming a trine aspect during this new moon. Now, they're not aspected by the new moon, but still it's a very potent energy around this new moon. Now, when Mars and Saturn connects together in your 1st and 9th house, it's all about how you're projecting yourself, your belief system, your philosophies, and all that. So there's a need to really, understand what your belief system is and how you're projecting yourself, and not to blindly follow any kind of way of thinking. And there's a need to find balance within yourself, how you're projecting yourself, and also to pace yourself, steady yourself, find a solid ground for your belief system, your philosophy, how you see things, the bigger picture, and all that, so that you can achieve the goals and ambition going forward, especially when it comes to your self-expression, your creative expression, and the experiences that you have during this time, so that you can create something important, something magical, something courageous going forward, Gemini. Cancer. For you, the Libra new moon occurs in your 4th house. The 4th house is the house of your emotional and physical foundation. It's the house of your family members, your home life, your domestic life, your real estate, property, house, home, and all that. Now, when a new moon occurs in your 4th house, family matters, home matters will be the focus during this time. So here your emotions become very important. Your need for stability, security, and sense of belonging is very important. Now, this new moon can also emphasize any issues related to your sense of safety and security, intimacy, your emotions, and all that during this time. So definitely there's a need to acknowledge all these, your feelings, your needs, and really, trust yourself as well, and also focus on your family members, your support system, your loved ones, and all that. So definitely there's a need to find that harmony, that balance in your home matters, your family environment, and all that. And also you're looking at long term kind of plan to create that safety and security. So during this time there's a need, so during this time this new moon is perfect time to create that plan, whatever you want to achieve in future. This is a great time to start that, really sow the seed, set the intention, and really organize your family life, your home matters, your home environment as well. Now, you can also use this new moon to beautify your home, redecorate, renovate, home improvements, and all that. So it's a great energy to do all that as well, and it will really give you a really confidence boost, and really emotionally also you'll feel better going forward if you really create a peaceful, relaxing, more harmonious home environment and your domestic environment as well. well, the people that you live with, the support system, loved ones, family members, and all that. So it's all focused around those matters during this new moon for you, Cancer. Now, this new moon is opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Now, Aries is your 10th house, that is career mat. Now, Aries is your 10th house, which is career house. So while Jupiter is in the sign of Aries, there may be overemphasis on career for you, Cancer. You may be ignoring other people's need during this time, and you may be really overly absorbed in your career matters. But this new moon is an opportunity to connect back with your loved ones, bond with your loved ones, with your home environment and all that, and create that harmony with your work and your home life, so that you can really get the best out of both, so that you can really meet halfway and really find harmony in both the matters. So definitely there's a need to balance yourself and give time to your home matters as well around this new moon. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your 12th house, and Saturn is in the 8th house in the sign of Aquarius. So your 8th house and 12th house energies are trining during this time. Now, 12th house and 8th house are both hidden mysterious houses. So here there's a need to take a break, retreat, and you may feel low in energy as well during this time, especially towards the end of the month of September. But around this new moon, there's a opportunity to really connect with your emotional self. And if you have been overworking and overextending yourself, especially in career matters, this is the time to really connect with your inner self, your psychological self, your emotional self, and take a break, retreat, and really think about how to improve your emotional environment and bring more comfort, more safety, security in your sense of self, in your sense of belonging, in your home life, Cancer. Leos, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your 3rd house. Now, 3rd house is the house of your communication, connections, networking, your daily environment, the community you're part of, your relatives, your siblings, your skills, learning, and also short travel. So when there's a new moon in the 3rd house, there's an opportunity for new beginning in the 3rd house matters. So this is a great time to learn a new skill, or take short travels around your city, or network with people, connect with people. This is a very busy time for you, Leos. So it's a very good idea to connect and interact with people and be socially and intellectually engaged during this time, Leos. It is a great time to build mental rapport with your people around you, the ones you interact with, the ones you network with. Now, this new moon will definitely make you very aware, very alert regarding what's happening around you. Also the way you're communicating, connecting with people on daily basis in your local daily environment. So there's definitely a tendency to be more aware, more vigilant regarding what's happening on day-to-day basis around this new moon. So it is a very busy time. So if you're starting a new job, or you're learning something new, or there's a lot of schedules, routines, and all that to handle, you will definitely have a lot of communication, connection going on during this time. And it's a good time to do that as well, because new moon is all about bringing new energy to the way you communicate and connect, and also the way you project yourself. So definitely there's a need to approach these things in a new way and bring new energy. And whatever you introduce during this time, whether it's learning, whether it's new skills, or learning something new, or it's a course, or networking, you will see the outcome of this effort unfolding over this next 6 months. Now, this new moon in 3rd house will be opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your 9th house. So 9th house Jupiter is all about your perspective, your belief system, your philosophies, your need for higher learning, expansion, growth, adventure, and all that. So when there's new moon opposite Jupiter, it may make you a little bit stuck in your ways. So whatever your thought process is, whatever your philosophy, belief system, your perspective, you may be a little bit stubborn, regarding that. And you may not be interested in other people's opinion during this time. So it's very important to be mindful of this energy and create more awareness, be open to ideas, different perspective, and not necessarily force yourself or your ways of thinking or your belief system on other people during this time. So just be mindful of that energy, because Jupiter opposite new moon has a tendency to give excess or exaggerate whatever you're feeling, and you may have the tendency to overestimate yourself, and also the way you think, your own philosophies, your own belief system and all that. You may think that is the whole picture, but it may not be the whole picture. So definitely there's a need to be open-minded to other people's opinion as well. Now Mars is in the sign of Gemini during this new moon in your 11th house, and Saturn is in your 7th house in the sign of Aquarius, and Mars and Saturn are forming a trine aspect. So when Mars and Saturn connects, your 11th and 7th house, which are social houses, because 7th house is relationship house and 11th house is your friend circle, social circle, group circle, and all that. So here there's a need to find some sort of balance. So here there's a need to pace yourself and steady yourself in terms of your social interaction and all that, how you're connecting with people, collaborating, your group activities and all that, because there may be a bit too much to handle during this time. So there's a need to create that solid relationship with others so that you can achieve whatever goals and ambition you have going forward, especially in terms of your communication, connection, the way you're projecting yourself. This is also a great time to reinvent yourself in terms of how you come across, how you're projecting yourself, how you're communicating, your speech, your communication style, also how you appear to others. So this is a great opportunity to reinvent your style, your communication style, your appearance and all that as well, Leos. Virgos, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your second house. Now, second house is the house of your finance, your accumulated wealth, your possessions, assets, and also your sense of self-worth. Now, second house is all about security and stability, especially gained through financial matters and possessions and accumulated wealth. So this is a great time to think about how you make money and what do you value. So during this new moon, you can start a new money making stream, maybe a new job or a side hustle, or also understanding your own sense of stability and security and how you perceive money and how you attach your sense of worth through the money that you earn. Now, this new moon can also bring financial issues to focus. So definitely there's a need to have financial goals, financial strategy, how you manage money, budgeting, savings plan, and all that. So you can definitely use this new moon energy to find harmony and balance where your financial matters are concerned. So this is a great time to really either increase your income or find some kind of planning, budgeting, some kind of strategy to manage to handle your money matters better going forward. And this new moon will definitely help you to attract whatever you want to attract, Virgos. Now, the Libra new moon is opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries. Now, Aries is your 8th house. So, 8th house and 2nd house energies are in opposition. Now, 8th and 2nd house are the money house. So, the money axis is in focus during this new moon for you, Virgos. Now, Jupiter in 8th house can bring a sense of overestimating your sense of worth through other people's money. Now, 8th house is a house of shared values and shared finances. So here the new moon opposite Jupiter can bring a sense of excess or exaggeration where your money matter is concerned, and this is for both your personal and shared money matters. So this overestimation or excess or over exaggeration can drain both your resources and your energy during this time, and this can be due to overindulgence, extravagance, or just general lack of focus and understanding regarding how to handle money during this time. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your 10th house, and Saturn in the sign of Aquarius in your 6th house. And Mars and Saturn are trining during this Libra new moon. So, with the 10th house, 6th house energies trining, this is a great time to really stabilize and pace yourself where your career matters, your work matters, your daily your daily life, your daily lifestyle, your routine, and all that is concerned. And you can really create a solid ground to work upon in future, especially where your career and work matters are concerned, Virgo. So this is a great time to look for new opportunities as well that can help you enhance your money matters. Maybe a new career direction or a new job opportunity that will help you improve your financial matters, Virgos. Libras, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your first house. Now, the first house is a house of self image, how you project yourself, your body image, your appearance, your overall health. So, here in your first house, Libra, the new moon is very powerful. So, this is your opportunity to reinvent yourself in a personal way. So, your personal qualities, your own traits, your qualities, and all. This is a great time to look at these matters in a new way and express yourself differently, present yourself in a different way. Now, this can be a very busy time for you as well because planets in first house has this ripple effect on the overall life, all the experiences of life. So you will have a lot of energy and desire to make changes, to bring about changes. And this is not just the way you project yourself, but also the way you communicate, the way you present yourself, your personal habits, your confidence level, how you come across, your concentration, your determination, your impression on others. All these matters, Libra. This is a great opportunity to really present yourself differently. And you will definitely be very energetic, enthusiastic about it. You definitely want to make a difference going forward. And whatever changes you bring about, whatever new beginning you bring about during this new moon, you will see the energy of that, the outcome of that, unfolding over the next 6 months. So this is a brilliant time to really present yourself in the most authentic way, in a very different way, in a very personal way as well. So Libras, do believe in yourself and be brave and bold to experience new things during this time. Now, this new moon in Libra is opposite Jupiter in Aries in your seventh house. Now, seventh house is a relationship house. So there may be a tendency to not listen to other people during this time and doing your own thing. And this can come from other people as well. Maybe others are not willing to listen to you. So this is your time to, appreciate whoever is in your life. Be grateful for all the love that you get, all the relationship, the positive relationship that you have in your life, Libra, and also focus on really bringing out the best in you and focus on yourself, your interest, your desires, your qualities, your presentation, your projection, and how you want to show up, how you want to come across in the world. So that's where the main focus is during this time, Libra. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in the ninth house, and Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in the fifth house. Now, Mars and Saturn together are trining during this Libra new moon. Now, they are not making any aspect to the new moon, but the energy of Mars and Saturn trining together is very potent during this Libra new moon, and it is in air sign. Gemini, Aquarius, Libra, they all are air signs. So there's a lot of emphasis on communication, connection, socializing, relationship, balancing, finding a balance, being intellectually and socially engaged. That's very important and very much the theme of this Libra new moon. So the ninth house energy, where Mars is in the sign of Gemini, is all about your perception, and fifth house is all about your expression. So here definitely there's a need to pace yourself. There's a need to find a balance, a stability, steadiness in the way you present yourself and how you perceive yourself and how you present yourself to the outside world. So the first house, fifth house, and ninth house energy is all about creating a solid ground for fresh beginnings, new beginnings, in reinventing, presenting yourself, communicating, in a more personal way, in a more individual way, and also expressing yourself and being open minded, open to new opportunities, new adventure, new direction as well in life going forward, Libras. Scorpios, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your 12th house. Now, 12th house is a house of subconscious patterns, old self, old habits, the need to review, reevaluate you what you're doing. Also the house of releasing, letting go, retreating, isolating, taking a break, and really recharging your batteries. So, when a new moon occurs in your 12th house of subconscious pattern, it's a very emotional time, and there's a need to create awareness regarding your own sense of self, your own development, your own awareness, your own well being. So, here you will definitely have the tendency to withdraw from social life and take a break, retreat, rest, and retire. And also, there will be heightened awareness of other people's need. So there would be compassion, empathy, and you would definitely want to help and support other people as well. Now, Scorpios, a new moon is a time of new beginning, and with a Libra new moon, there's a need to find balance, some sort of balance within subconscious self, your sense of awareness, your need for personal improvement, personal enhancement, and also self-care and taking care of your well-being. So definitely there's a need to introspect, go within, and search for answers within. The emotional peace that you desire, Scorpio, is within yourself. So the answer lies within you. So there's a need to do some soul searching, some introspecting, so that you can create more awareness. Now, when the new moon occurs in your sign, the sign of Scorpio, in 1 month's time, then that would be a very busy time when you will be a little bit more upfront and, really projecting yourself and reinventing and all that. But during this Libra new moon in the 12th house, there's definitely a need to recharge yourself, let go of past patterns, things that are not useful for you, things that are not growing. And this can be people, places, situation, whatever that is holding you back. There's a need to, recharge yourself, and all this will lead to spiritual advancement, Scorpios. Now, this new moon in Libra is opposite Jupiter in Aries in your 6th house. Now, 6th house is a house of work, health, and daily routine. So here, with this new moon opposing Jupiter, there can be some sense of low energy or delusion or laziness, and that can cause, some issues in daily work, because Jupiter in 6th house is definitely about focusing on daily work. There's a lot of work to do and you're very busy as well, but this new moon is asking you to withdraw and take a break. So there's a need to find a balance between these two energies. Now, Mars is in the sign of Gemini, trining Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So that's your 8th house and 4th house energies trining during this Libra new moon. Now, Mars and Saturn are not making any aspect to the new moon, but they all are air energy, because Gemini, Aquarius, and Libra, they all are air sign. So there's a lot of focus on being socially and intellectually engaged with this air sign energy. So 8th house and 4th house is your home and emotional environment, and 8th house is about transformation, other people's values, other people's resources. So there's a need to regulate yourself, pace yourself, so that you're not draining on energy and resources during this time, and also create a firm foundation for yourself with Saturn in your 4th house that will give you a sense of belonging, sense of safety, security. And with this 12th house new moon, this reviewing that you're going through during this time, the reevaluation of life direction, this is going to really help you create more awareness, and that will give you a sense of stability, security, and better understanding of other people's need, your own transformation, your own psyche, your own emotional self going forward, Scorpios. Sagittarius, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your 11th house. Now, 11th house is a house of networking, group activities, social activities, your friend circle, making contacts, new encounters. It's also the house of your hopes and wishes, your future plans, and your professional gains. So, when a new moon occurs in your 11th house, this is it. The focus is a lot on connecting with people, making contacts, professional contacts, business contacts, collaborating, coming together in a group to achieve something professionally. So here the new moon is a great time to engage in these activities. All the 11th house energies, it's a great time to really engage in these matters. And this new moon is a great time to change your perspective or renew your perspective regarding 11th house energy. So if you have not been working in a group for a period of time, or you're more focused on your own expression, on your own talents, on your own capabilities, during this time you will definitely be more inclined to, connect with people, work together in a group, work collectively, so that you can achieve something together. So your individual contribution takes a backseat during this time, and you're a little bit more focused on what you can achieve in a team. So definitely great time to make contacts, join a group project, start a new project, connect with people, and also plan for your future. So whatever you would achieve, the goals and ambition that you have for the future, this is a great time to really set that intention and plan your next move, how you're going to achieve, how you're going to go about doing that. Because whatever you begin during this new moon, the energy of it lasts for the next 6 months. So you'll see the outcome unfolding over the next 6 months period, Sagittarius. Now, this new moon in Libra is opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your fifth house. So, fifth house is all about individual expression. Now, with Jupiter in the fifth house, you're definitely very expressive. You want to show your talent, you want to show your capabilities, you want to express freely. But with new moon in opposition, you may be overestimating your talents and capabilities as well during this time. And you may be being over idealistic and relying too much on luck. And you may be looking to individual performance as well in a group activity. So keep the focus on group during this Libra new moon, especially because with Jupiter and Aries, you already have gone through this energy for the last 5 months. Now, again, next year, 2023, the first half of 2023, Jupiter will be back in your fifth house in the sign of Aries. So that would be a great time to really, focus a little bit more on your own expression. But with this new moon in your 11th house, there's a need to refocus and really look at your group work in a new perspective. Bring new energy in your group matters. Now, during this new moon, Mars is in the sign of Gemini and Saturn in the sign of Aquarius. So that's your seventh house and third house energies trining. Now, Gemini and Aquarius are also air sign, just like Libra. So there's a lot of air signs. So there's a lot of focus on socializing, connecting, communicating, intellectual activities, really connecting with people on more mental and social level. So with this Mars trining Saturn, this is a great time to really regulate yourself and pace yourself and really build firm foundation, especially where your speech is concerned, how you connect with people. And with Mars in 7, you will definitely be very enthusiastic to connect with people, socialize with people, because seventh house is all about relationship and one-to-one interaction. So definitely with this trine aspect, you are building a strong foundation where your communication connection is concerned. So there's a need to keep your feet firmly on the ground during this time, because Mars energy is definitely very enthusiastic, but it connecting with Saturn, it's asking you to steady yourself, pace yourself, and work in harmony with other people, whether it's relationship, partnership, social setting, group activities, organizational work, collaborative work with friends, or whomever you're connecting with. There's a need to pace yourself and find harmony going forward, Sagittarius. Capricorns, for you, the new moon in Libra occurs in your 10th house. Now, 10th house is the house of your career, your vocation, your public image, your reputation, and your way in the world, your place in the world. So, with the new moon occurring in your 10th house, this is a time for new beginnings in your career matters. Now, you may get more responsibilities during this time. You may get a job promotion or a new job or a new sense of career direction during this time. So definitely there is a lot of focus on you during this time, and it's a great time to really make career plans, career strategy to move forward. So you need to have some kind of strategy, some goals and ambition where you want to see yourself in future, and really work upon those goals during this time, whether it's your career goals, job goals, business goals, professional goals, whatever that might be. This is a great time to really work on bringing some new energy, renewing it, bringing some positive energy. If you feel stuck professionally, Capricorn, this is a great time to really, bring some new energy in your career goals and really work on what you want to see yourself in the future. So definitely a great time to project yourself differently as well, professionally, especially in front of authority figure, other people, externally. So definitely great time to put your best foot forward. Now, to achieve any goals, Capricorn, there's definitely need to be disciplined and upskill yourself as well if there is a need. So use this new moon time to really see your career in a new light, in a new way. Change your perspective. Whatever you have been doing until now, if that's not worked, this is the time to bring new energy. Now, a new job or a new project may also come your way during this time. So you need to be ready for that growth, that opportunity. And even if, and things may not happen easily, you may have to work towards it. You may need to be more disciplined during this time, more committed, more patient. But whatever that might be, something will definitely come your way, especially in the 6 months following the new moon, because the energy of new moon lasts for a 6 months period. So if you have put any effort during this time, you will see the outcome unfolding over a 6 months period. So patience and commitment is very important during this time, especially in your career matters, to get the best outcome. And it's very important to renew yourself, how you project yourself. If you got a CV to prepare, it's great time to retouch your CV and update it, and really send out those CVs and apply for jobs. Or if you want to do something else, maybe start a business, or change your profession, this is a great time to really lay those foundation. Now, this new moon in Libra will be opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your fourth house. Now, Jupiter in your fourth house is in a very positive position. It brings abundance, growth in your fourth house matters. So you may be definitely feeling a lot enthusiastic where your fourth house, your home matters, your family matters, and all that is concerned, whether it's to do with real estate, buying, selling property, renovating, decorating, decluttering, whatever you're doing around your house. You must be very enthusiastic regarding those matters. Now, with this new moon opposition, there can be a tendency towards wasting money as well, because Jupiter is abundance, and opposite new moon, it can be all about emotional spending as well. So just be mindful of that. And also, if there is a tendency to be judgmental towards others, especially in your home environment, with closed ones, or it can also be in your professional environment. So just be careful not to overestimate yourself, and just put in the work, have patience, be committed, and you will see the results in due course time, Capricorn. Now, during this new moon, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your sixth house, and Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your second house. So that's your sixth house and second house energies really beautifully trining during this time. The sixth house is your work house, your daily routine, what you do on a daily basis. And second house is your money house, is your income house. And new moon in Libra is in the 10th house, which is career. So all your earth houses are emphasized during this Libra new moon. So it's going to be a lot about making progress, financial progress, work progress, career progress. And there's definitely a need to see all these things in a new light, have some kind of fresh beginning, a new chapter, a new start is definitely required during this time. And most importantly, there's a need to pace yourself, find some kind of solid foundation where your money matters are concerned, where your work matters are concerned. So you're definitely very enthusiastic to do a lot of things. You've got a lot of goals, you've got a lot of interest, but it's important to pace yourself and be committed, be patient, and you will see results over the next 6 months, Capricorn. Aquarius, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your ninth house. Now, ninth house is a house of traveling, learning, adventure, exploring, expanding. It's a house of your perception, your belief system, your philosophy. So, when a new moon occurs in your ninth house, there's an opportunity to, look at things in a new perspective and be open to new experiences, exploration, traveling, learning, and all that. Now, with the new moon here, you may not be as interested in the mundane life or what you do on a regular basis, on a daily basis, because you want adventure during this time, and you want a new knowledge, you want to learn new things, you want to experience new things. So that's where the focus is, and this is a great time to start new project as well, or take up new opportunities, maybe travel, maybe learn something new, a subject that interests you. Stretch your imagination during this time. Be open minded to new experiences, new people, even from distant land. If you're connecting with people from another culture, your mind will be open during this time by that interaction. So definitely a great time to have new experiences, Aquarius. Now, a new moon in ninth house is also a time to reflect on what you have learned until now. So, all the lessons that you have learned, all the people that you have interacted with, this is a great time to reflect on those, introspect, and bring out whatever you have learned and use that, apply that in real life in order to move forward, in order to understand how things work, how you function, how your world around functions. So definitely this is a great time to keep yourself open and renew yourself, your way of thinking, your perception, your philosophies, your spiritual side, your need to get out and do something new. All these matters need to be renewed. So this new moon in Libra is a great time to do that and find harmony within yourself in terms of your own perception and other people's perception, Aquarius. Now, this new moon in Libra is opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your third house. Now, third house is the house of communication and connection. Now, with Jupiter in your third house, you may be feeling a bit over optimistic as well, and your thought process, your communication may be very flary, very exaggerated. So, with this new moon opposition to Jupiter, you may disregard facts. Your mindset, your outlook, your thought process may not be aligned, or it may be distorted during this time. So there may be a tendency to overestimate yourself as well. So just watch out for that energy, because there may be some kind of difficulty understanding the truth, or you may not be ready to accept some hard truth about yourself during this time. Now, during this new moon, Mars is in the sign of Gemini and Saturn in the sign of Aquarius, and they are forming a trine aspect. Now, this is your fifth house and first house energy. Mars is in your fifth house, and Saturn is in Aquarius in your first house. So, your energy is a lot spent on expressing yourself during this time, and you're also trying to project yourself differently. With Saturn in your first house, you may be coming across as very grounded, very serious, the way you're projecting yourself or the way you're perceived externally. So with this ninth house new moon, this is a good time to really see things differently. And if you're feeling limited during this time, or restricted, or the progress that you are seeking is not coming your way, or it's slow to come, this is a great time to pace yourself, regulate yourself, and build a solid foundation, and have a new perspective, an open mind, and a willingness to grow, explore, expand beyond your usual horizon, Aquarius. Pisces, for you, the Libra new moon occurs in your eighth house. Now, eighth house is a house of shared values, shared finances, shared resources, your intimate bond. It's a house of transformation, your psychological development, and all that. So, when a new moon occurs in your eighth house, it's a time of empowerment. It's a time to develop yourself, bring focus on yourself, upskill yourself, and really create more awareness regarding yourself and your surroundings, regarding your resources, your finances, people around you, your intimate bonds, close bonds, and also your own internal motivation regarding why you do things and what you want in life. So definitely there is a very deep need to connect and share your experiences with others. Now, it is a house of shared finances as well, and also social finance. So it can be debt or loans and all that. So all these matters will be heightened, and there's an opportunity to see these matters in a new way. So definitely a great time to have new beginning in your financial matter. So this can be a new financial strategy, a new plan, a new savings plan, or maybe something related to your loan or debt. If you have that, this is a great time to repay them, or at least plan on how you want to go about repaying that. Now, eighth house is the money house. So this is a great time to also use this new moon energy in Libra to find balance, to find harmony where your resources are concerned. So if you need to analyze your accounts, look at your finances, and improve your financial situation, this is a great time to think about how you can do that. You will definitely be very interested in changing your current state of your finances, and it's very important to do that as well. Bring in new energy, because that's going to really transform you on a personal level and also on spiritual level, Pisces. Now, this new moon in Libra in your 8th house is opposite Jupiter in the sign of Aries in your second house. Now, Jupiter in Aries in your second house, which is the money house, your income house, has been bringing this new blessed energy for the last 5 months and will be there again in the next year, 2023, in the first half of 2023. So it's going to bring that positive energy. But with this new moon opposite your Jupiter, there may be a tendency to waste money, overindulge as well, and be reckless with your wealth and possession. So you may be overcommitting or over speculating during this time. So just be mindful to not overestimate yourself and have some kind of savings plan, saving for the rainy day and all that, Pisces. Now, during this new moon in Libra, Mars is in the sign of Gemini in your 4th house, and Saturn is in the sign of Aquarius in your 12th house. So that's your 4th house and 12th house energies trining. Now, 4th house is your emotional environment, is your emotional self. It's your home and family matters. And Mars here brings a lot of enthusiasm, but can also bring a lot of conflict. But it is trining with Saturn in the 12th house of your old habits, past pattern, subconscious pattern. So here there's an opportunity to create some kind of solid ground. Keep your feet on the ground, pace yourself, steady yourself in terms of how you deal with your home matters, your family matters, and also any old habits that you may want to shed during this time, especially subconscious habits, something that's holding you back. So as you release these old habits, you will have better perspective and you will be able to grow going forward, Pisces. So definitely with this 4th house, 12th house and 8th house energy, it's all very emotional time. So definitely there's a need to, focus on yourself and people around you. Create more awareness. Just be mindful you're not draining your energy and resources during this time, Pisces.